Today we are in this beautiful studio, Studio 18. I'll show what they do here.
Welcome to Studio 18, where style meets perfection. From flawless fades and sharp haircuts.
To expert salon treatments, brows and waxing, we've got you covered.
Walk in, relax, and leave looking your best.
Studio 18, your one-stop shop for the beauty and salon.
So I'll start with you. What's your name and where you're from?
Okay, so my name is Tala and I am from Namibia.
Namibia.
Yes.
Okay. Before even we go further, I wanted you to tell me an honest thing because there's something I saw on TikTok one day.
Yes.
There's a guy who was saying like, do us people who are in Europe, do we lie to our back home like family members the way Europe is? How is Europe to you? Like, do you think we lie to them like when you come here and everything?
Yes. Or let me speak from my personal experience.
Yes,
The people that I've seen here in Europe, the image that they've portrayed, it was glorious, like it was heaven, the land of honey and milk. And like I think not necessarily, we don't ask questions, so we just take things for face value, what we see off of the internet, the Instagram stories, the TikTok, the reels. So we don't necessarily ask in depth as to how is it really there. We just go with what we are seeing.
Do you think people who are in Europe, we are embarrassed to say the truth?
Yes.
To tell our friends back home the truth?
I think so. I think it's also just a thing of pride. Because a lot of the time the conception is that people come from Africa to have a better life in Europe. So now when you come already giving that image, then you would want to uphold that image, instead of being honest and showing your difficulties. And I feel like a lot of the times people show people what they want to be seen. Yes.
Okay, that's nice. So can you give us a small story about where you're from, where you went to school, and how was it back home?
Okay. So I'm from Namibia. I was born and raised in the capital city, Windhoek.
Yes.
And where I schooled, I went to multiple schools, like from my kindergarten to my high school. And I completed my high school at Windhoek Technical High School. And yeah, it was amazing. I had a wonderful childhood. We have this spirit called the spirit of Ubuntu.
Yeah.
So I am because you are.
Okay. So the spirit of Ubuntu.
Yes. So my neighbors' children were my mother's children, and I was a child to my neighbors as well. Yeah. So we were a community.
So let me ask you, Namibia. If somebody hears about Namibia, can you sell to me Namibia according to? Because you've been there. I've never been there. I don't know how it is. Like, can you try and explain to me, like, somebody who doesn't know about Namibia, what is Namibia all about?
Okay. So Namibia is a rainbow nation.
Yes.
We are very diverse. We have Afrikaans people. These are like the Netherlands descendants. We have German descendants. Then we have the Khoikhoi Kobab, the people that speak with the clicks.
Yes.
And
we call them Khoikhoi.
Yeah, Khoikhoi.
The Khoikhoi, yes.
The same people. And then we have the Bantu people, quite similar to the western part, the Nigerians.
Yes.
And then we have, those are the main...
The main tribes around there.
Yes.
What about the weather there? How is it?
The weather, it's a desert. It's a semi-savanna, if I'm not mistaken. So the summers are quite hot and it's dry, and the winters are quite cold and dry as well. And
okay. How was your childhood growing up there?
My childhood overall, it was amazing. I was allowed to be a child, so I could play free. Those times I could play freely in the streets and with my neighbors and at school. It was really nice.
So you went for your high school. When you completed your high school, you went to the university, or?
Yes.
How is the university life there?
It's not, when we're in high school, we watch these high school musicals.
Yes,
so you think like when you go to university, that's like college life now.
Yes.
People are sitting on the grass and
Yes.
having picnics and their frat parties and all
Freedom
of that.
and everything, yes.
But then now when I got into university, I was like, what is this? Yeah, because it was so difficult. For the first time in my life, I got a 0
Are you serious?
out of 30. Yeah, in a test.
What were you majoring in? What did you go to study in
I
university?
did electrical power engineering.
Electrical power engineering.
Yes.
Lady, huh? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it was devastating. So all the fantasies that I was
Became a reality.
yeah, from the things that I saw from the movies, that was not it at all. Yeah, and I thought I was going to go to university and meet my first love,
Yes.
all of that, but no, that was quite the contrary. Yeah.
Was it hard because the school was hard, or is because of the environment up in the university? Were you a day scholar? Do you used to stay in the university, or you used to rent outside apartments?
For me, I was fortunate enough to have my parents living in
the area where.
Yes, so I was a day scholar, so I
Okay.
used to come from home to school. The environment is not the problem.
Yes.
I think it's more so the structure. Exactly. So it's not there's this thing of like, because I suffered, our lecturers' mentality now, because I suffered, so you are going to have to suffer as well. Personally, I felt that they wanted to make things challenging for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because even them, they passed the same way, so they
Exactly.
wanted to pass it. Okay.
Exactly. So we'd be taught 1 + 1 is equal to 2, and then they'll come and tell you one is from Germany and the other one is from Spain. Calculate the magnitude of.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so it never made sense.
It never made sense.
Yeah.
So the first time you say like you failed.
I did, and it was so heartbreaking, Shane, because I was not used to it. I was a top performing student in high school.
Yeah.
Then I came to university and I was like, it's going to be a breeze like how it was in high school. But what you think you are in high school is not what you are in university.
How long did you stay there? Like for how long? For the university? Did you finish?
No, I didn't finish. So I was there for 4 years. I was there for 4 years because I had failed a couple of years, and then I had to repeat some modules. And then, fortunately, but unfortunately, that's how I got to now get a scholarship.
Okay, we'll come back to that.
Yes.
So I wanted to know, like, in your culture, like back home, the study of women, like women and like a man and a woman, is it the same? Like the way you go to school, there is no like that. You have to take the man first to school and then.
No, there's no segregation. It's just equal opportunities for all. Yeah.
So when did you come to learn about Finland, and how did it happen, or how did you know about Finland? Yes, Europe per se.
Europe.
Yeah.
Okay, so in primary school, like in geography in high school as well, we're taught like the whole map and the continents. And what I knew about Finland is that people from Finland are called Finnish people. That's all. That's all I knew about. But I mostly knew more about Germany, because I also attended a German high school.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so I learned a lot about the German history
and
and also there are quite a lot of German descendants in Namibia as well. So that's what
made you. So for you, in your mind, even when you were in school, were you ever like that girl that wanted like one day to come out of Namibia, or it just came like that?
Yes, I did. I've always, because when I was at the German high school, there was this exchange programs that used to happen. So these kids used to get opportunities to go and have an exchange, like a cultural exchange in Germany. So that's all I wanted, just to have that European experience and to see how it is outside of the borders of Namibia.
Which was those countries that you really wanted to go? Just remove Finland. Is there any other countries you were thinking about going to?
Just Germany.
Germany only.
Yeah, I only knew Germany. Yeah.
Okay. So then Finland came. How did it come? How did you know anybody from Finland? Did anything happen that you decided, okay, let me apply for this scholarship here in Finland?
No, I like to believe, I like to say when people ask me this question, I like to say that Finland chose me.
Chose you.
Yes.
Okay.
So I just applied for this scholarship. They said there's an exchange program happening in Finland. So it was just strictly to Finland. So I didn't have a choice to choose. So yeah, I just shot my shot and I got lucky enough to
So
join.
it was in school. They brought it in school.
Yes.
Where we were studying there.
Yes.
So was it like an exchange that you're coming to stay here to finish school, or it was like an opportunity to come just stay here
For a
until
while.
for a while? Was it for a while?
Yeah, for a while. So it was like the program is Erasmus Plus scholarship.
Yes.
So it's a 6-month exchange program.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, and I was only supposed to be here until I came in August 2021, and I was supposed to leave by December 2021. Yes.
So what happened? You got the school. Can you give us a process, like how were you feeling that time when you were told you got the school? When you got the school.
Okay.
Like who were the first people you told, like, oh, finally I've got the school and everything? Yeah.
Okay. So the first person I told was my mom.
Yeah.
Because first, I grew up I have strict parents.
Yes.
Yes, so you have to follow by the rules.
Yes.
So now at first I went to my parents. I was like, guys, there's this opportunity. May I apply for it? And then my mom, I think maybe because I'm a girl also, they are quite overprotective.
Yes.
So they were like, yeah, just go ahead, because it's also an opportunity to go to Europe. So I don't think they also thought that I would get the opportunity. So it's like a 1 in a million for them. That's how they viewed it. So then they allowed me to apply, and I went to the interviews. It was amazing.
How long since you applied it took for you to get the decision that you've got at the school?
It took like 5 months. Yeah.
Which year was this?
2021.
2021.
Yes. So I applied around March, April, and I got a response in August. Yeah. No, it was 2020 that I applied.
2020, during Corona time.
Yes, during Corona time. And then I got a response in August 2020.
Wow.
Yeah. So I applied April 2020, and they responded to me in August 2020.
So you got the results. Then you called your mom.
Yeah, I was in the house,
Yes.
and my mom was outside. And then I got an email saying, "Hi, Tala, you are successful."
Wow.
And I jumped and I screamed and I was like, "Mommy, I got it, I got it." My mom was like, "Calm down, you might get a heart attack," because I was so excited. Yeah. So I told my mom, and then after that I told my brother, and then I told my friends, and they came to my house. They surprised me with.
So that time you've got to the school. Did you know like there's another process now for the permit? Now you're supposed to start.
That I didn't know. Yeah. That I wasn't aware. So I just thought I was going to get the acceptance letter and then jump straight on the plane and come straight to Finland. But it was a journey. Yeah, the application process was a journey. And
do you guys have like a Finnish embassy in Namibia?
yes, we do.
Okay, that's good for you. Okay.
Because Namibia has quite a good relationship with Finland. Yes. But also because it was during Corona time, they were red marking some countries that had high cases. So it was quite difficult to even go to the embassy in my country to go and get my.
So how was it
processed.
waiting for it? How did you do it now?
I had to beg. Because we had lockdown, and when I contacted the embassy, they told me that I would have to wait for the lockdown to surpass so that I can go now to the embassy. And I had to be in Finland by a specific time, or then the scholarship would be null and void. Yeah, so I had to tell them, I'll wear gloves, I'll wear a plastic bag, I'll do whatever. I will do whatever you want me to do. Yeah, because I just had to get my fingerprints taken. Because the whole Migri process is, you can do it online.
Yes.
But then you need to.
You have to go for the fingerprints and everything. Yes, and showing the originals.
Yes. Yeah. So then I had to explain to them now. My mother's idea was that I had to explain to them that I got this scholarship and that they are waiting for me, and all the funds have already been transferred to me, and I can't miss this opportunity. So they made what is this?
Like a special appointment for you,
Yes,
yeah?
a special appointment. Then I had to now wear the full gear
Full
to go
gear.
and get my fingerprints.
Fingerprints.
And, yeah.
So after the fingerprints, how long did it take you again to get the results now?
It took like a week.
Why is it like every? Do you know the thing that is always confusing me? I was talking to another lady here. Even her, she told me like it didn't take so much.
Yeah.
But like me, I'm from Kenya.
Yes.
This part of East Africa, it takes even 3 months.
Oh.
You go put your fingerprints. They
Yes.
are going to wait. I don't know. Is it because we are in the red zone or I don't know? It takes somebody. The earliest somebody can get maybe it's a month.
Okay.
But many people that I talk to in this channel, they're always telling me 1 week, 2 weeks.
Yes.
I'm like, this is so different.
Yeah. I think it also depends on the urgency.
Okay.
Because mine was, I needed
because the
to
school was about to start.
Exactly. So I had to be there immediately. So they had to fast track my application. Yeah.
So before you came to Europe, like, have you ever experienced gone with a flight anywhere, or this was your first time?
That was my first ever flight.
What was going on when you got like your permit?
Yes.
Tell me first, how did you get now your permit after the results now for the
Yes.
permit? Where were you? Yeah.
I was at home. Yeah, I believe I was at home because it was COVID time.
Yeah.
We weren't allowed to be anywhere else.
Yeah.
So I was at home, and then they gave me the call and they said, your residence
it's
permit card
ready.
is ready. Just come and get it. I think there's also a box. Like at the embassy, they put it in there and then you come and take it
Yeah.
during that COVID time
Yes,
so that they could minimize contact. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So you saw it.
I saw it and I was like, when I saw my permit, then I was like, okay, this is real. This is really real.
First of all, the permit in your head, did you think that the permit is going to be put on passport, or you knew it's going to come like a card? Because before us, we used to come, it was like just like a visa.
Okay.
They put it in your on the passport, but nowadays it came and changed. Now you are getting a card.
Yes.
For you just knew it was a card because.
I have no
Because,
idea. I didn't know what to expect. Yes, because I had never traveled before.
Yes, okay.
So I was going for whatever they gave me. Yeah.
So you got it. Then you
Yes.
ran home.
Yeah. Then I was like, I'm going. And for the longest time, I've wanted to leave home. I've wanted to just experience independence.
Yes, independence and
yeah,
everything. Yeah.
exactly.
So your parents were not scared they are leaving you to go?
They were.
No, because at first maybe they were saying, yeah, you can apply. But you know when the reality hits,
Yeah.
then my daughter now, she's going.
Yes.
How was she feeling and everything?
Yeah, I think mostly from my father's side, because I'm a daddy's girl.
Yes.
He was more concerned.
Concerned.
But then he didn't view his concerns with me.
Yeah.
But I could just see that he was nervous to let me go. It's like my daughter has never traveled by plane by herself before.
herself.
Like
And you didn't know anybody in Finland at
no
all?
one at all. The only people I knew were the people at the university that I was in communication
Yes,
with.
okay, yeah,
The International Relations Office. That's all.
That's all.
Yes.
So did you take the flight immediately, or you had a time to plan?
I had like a month or two to plan. But when I got the residence permit, I had like a month or two to plan.
To plan.
Yeah, but then like my answer, I had a year when I got my answer from the university that I got accepted. Yeah.
So you got the permit, then you started planning. Were you anxious waiting for that day? Were you counting like in the calendar? You were like,
No, I was actually really scared.
oh, so you started becoming scared.
I was wondering if I made the right decision. How am I going to act? How am I going to
Yeah.
behave? I have never done this before. Because now I was not only representing myself, I was representing my university, and I was representing my country, and I was representing my continent, because I was the only African that was chosen for that Erasmus Plus scholarship that year. Yes. Yeah.
So take me through now the day going to the airport.
Yeah.
You went with your parents.
Yes. And
How
my
was it?
friends.
How was the feeling that day? Like, did you cry? Did you cry? Oh, you're leaving.
I didn't cry.
Yes.
I had one friend who cried. I think for her, she knew deep down that I wasn't going to come back.
Yes.
Yeah, she cried. My mother, she was like, she'll come back. And then my dad was a bit like standoffish. He didn't want to. I think he was trying to avoid the tears.
Okay,
But then he was playing it cool and he didn't want.
So you enter. There's a time like now you enter the airport now.
Yes.
You leave them there. Did it hit you when you're up there? Like, damn, I'm not going to see my parents maybe for the next 6 months or something.
Yeah.
How was your head that time?
I think I was just disassociated.
Okay.
I wasn't present because I think it's a coping mechanism of mine. I just shut out reality. So I was just waiting to experience the things as they come. So when I get to the plane, now I'm like, okay, now I'm in a plane.
Give us the experience.
Yes.
Tell us the experience.
Yeah, it was okay. So I was the first time at the airport.
Yes.
So now they are doing all this security checking, and I was so scared. I was like, I watch a lot of border patrol, and I was like, oh my goodness, what if they find me with drugs? What if they find me
maybe somebody
with
put it, but
Yes, so I was very nervous. So like, you know, when you go in a shop and then you come out of a shop and then you have without buying anything. So now you have to like act a specific way, like you didn't steal anything. You have to play it cool. So now when I was at the border patrol, so now I was playing it cool, like I'm just innocent, like I'm a chill girl, like I don't have any drugs. Yeah, and also just like the stories that I've heard about racism and whatnot, because a lot of times they suspect people of color to have, because I've also seen like where they like check ladies' wigs and shake them to see if there's any drugs.
So all those things were going on through your mind.
Yes, I was so scared because like in Namibia also there's some kind of racism. So I've grown up with racism. I know how it goes. So now I made sure that my nails are short. I have braids. I just made sure that I just look as simple as possible, so I don't attract any attention to me. So you just have to play cool. If they ask you questions, you answer them direct. Don't give them more, don't give them less. Just straight to the point. So then I went through that. The security check at my home country, that was more chilled because it was my people.
And I think because you were coming during that time of Corona, is going to end a bit. There were no many people in the airport and everything.
Exactly. So like there's more attention towards you. And then I got to Qatar, Doha. Yes, and that Doha is such a huge airport, and our airport is like it's as big as this. And then there are so many like belts and so many gates, and I was wondering, okay, what am I going to do? So in that moment I was like, God, I'm in your hands. Just direct me. So and also I'm not a shy person. I'm not shy to ask for help.
So you can ask you are not scared of that.
No. But before that I went to OR Tambo actually, which was quite bigger compared to the Namibian airport. And then that's where I gained now the courage to ask for help, because I got lost in Johannesburg.
How your changing time in Doha, how was it? How long was it?
It was
from the so that you can come to maybe, was it like was it long, like more than 3 hours, 2 hours, or?
No, it was like 3 hours.
3 hours. That was lucky because
because usually the layover times are quite lengthy. So then I went to Doha, and then there are these big places. I just followed the arrows and I just looked for my numbers, and when I got lost, I asked for help, just keeping it simple because I don't want any suspicions.
I'm very sure even if I ask you like what you saw in Doha, you can never say because you are focused.
Yes, I'm just I was just like, I just need to get where I am. Don't talk to anybody. Don't take anybody's bags. Don't talk to
just strangers that.
Nobody is your friend in the airport. So when you ask for help from people in uniforms and with badges. Because you don't want any trouble.
So which month was this when you were coming?
This was August. Yes.
So it was like a bit autumn now coming, like So you landed in Helsinki.
Yes.
Anybody getting you there, or you just landed without anyone there?
I was fortunate enough to have they have these
tutors.
So I had one who had a car, so he came to pick me up from the airport. Yes.
Give me the feeling that when you came out, what was the different between like when you were coming from Namibia and when you landed in Europe? Did you feel like there's a change of?
There was a huge shift. So now there are these big buildings, high buildings, and trains. I've never seen trains they'd run on electricity because the trains back at home, they smoke.
Yeah, they smoke, yeah.
Yeah. So now I'm seeing these trains that are going so fast, and I don't know if you have seen The Gods Must Be Crazy.
Yes, I've seen it so many times. Yeah.
So when the sand people go to the
to like a town or something.
Yes,
that's
a town
near,
or
the way
a
they
city.
behave,
Yes, when they go to the escalators, and then they are drinking Coke or Fanta for the first time. That was me. I was just like, oh my goodness. So this is a completely different reality to life. Because my life back at home in Namibia, I thought I knew life. Because I grew up in the capital city, and then I came to
the city girls.
The city girls. Then I came to Helsinki, and I was like, wow. This is a completely different world. Not too different, but there was a difference.
It was a different. You could have felt like a different.
Yes, I did feel.
So he took you from there.
And then he took me to my student accommodation now.
So your school, was it located in Helsinki?
Yes, in Vanta. Yes, Metropolia.
Yes.
Yes. So he took me now first to my student apartment.
Yes.
They got my key for me. And then he showed me now how to open the doors. They have these keys, like the standard looking keys.
Yes.
So he had to teach me to practice how to open it, because we are used to the padlock.
Yes. We are so far behind in Africa. Oh my God.
So we had the padlock, or like the key that you just put in, like the lock now that's inside the door. So now I had to take some time and practice how to open the door. And then now he showed me the apartment and how the things work. And then there was heating in the room. I was like, fancy. Because we don't have, we don't need the
Yes, it's true. We don't.
And then what else did I notice? Like, it was clean.
Did he show you like places to shop?
Yes.
Did you know what you're going to be eating here? Because when you come here again, it's different because the food in Namibia and here.
The food was so heartbreaking. That was, for me, that's what broke my heart the most. I was like, Europe, the land of milk and honey. What is this?
Yes.
Yeah, because back at home, I'm used to the fresh vegetables and the fresh fruits.
Yes.
And then I came here and a lot of things were processed. And then there's now the section, the organic food.
Yes.
That one was much more pricier. But for us, the organic one is the free one. Yeah.
And there's no more spices here. It's just black pepper and salt.
Yo. It took me a while to adjust. I even had moments where I had meltdowns because the food, I love food. I love good food. And here it was just like bland.
It's just flat. Like, yes, it's food, but it's flat, like flat.
Yeah. And also, like back at home in Namibia, we don't have McDonald's. But I got to taste McDonald's in South Africa. Then I came here and they have the self-service checkout.
Yes.
We don't do those.
It's true. We go to the cashier and they do everything.
Exactly. Sometimes you even have the security guard following you. So we had the self-checkout, and then there, as a person of color also now I was feeling like, okay, now do I have to act normal so they don't suspect like I'm going to steal or whatever. So like I will like try to be
like more open, like you want to show that I haven't got it.
Pressing, and then I take out my card already immediately,
so that
presenting that I have a card.
I'm paying,
but people didn't care, honestly. I think it was just also from my own personal experience from home.
So how long did it take you for you to go to school now? You came how many days before the school, like?
Just the day before.
The day before.
So then now
orientation.
Yes. So now I was shown now in Prisma and all of that, the self-checkout and all of that. And then we went back.
Those tutors are good. Like they take time like to do all those things.
Exactly. They are very intentional with the program. I didn't have to use my brain. So I gelled in quite easily. Because everything, the train, how to buy the ticket, all of that, they handled it for me.
And even if you need some assistance, they were just there for you.
They were there. They can even come to your place and say, okay, I'm here, let me take you here. Yes. So then school started. Yes. So now it's just...
How was the school when you saw it?
The school outside, it was... It was like bland. But then when I went inside, I was like, wow. And they even have like the 3D printing.
Yes.
Those things were luxuries to us. Like you have to go to an expo or something to see a 3D printer. And here they were readily available to students. You could use them. They even have them in the libraries.
In the library.
Yeah,
Hey,
where you
are
can
like,
just go.
This is paradise now.
Exactly. I was like, wow, things are so advanced here. And even the internet. When I got the SIM, they had unlimited internet.
Yeah.
For us back at home, you have to buy
Bundles,
Yes.
those small. Yeah.
And then here you just pay the once-off fee, and I was like, wow. This is like a great.
I can imagine. I'm putting myself the way even me I was feeling the first time.
Yeah.
Everything was like shock.
Exactly. Yeah, and also the teachers were so welcoming. Things were just so advanced. And then here they also just have like they trust that you will do the work.
Yes. There's no follow-up so much.
No,
They don't follow up.
Exactly. Like even with the exams, you book your own exam. What time you want to go write the exam. Some modules didn't even have exams. So that was also a shock for me. Because like for us during exams, you'll have the lecturer coming and looking like, what are you? They are just
standing
so
behind you.
Yes. And here it's
the
just
tension,
exactly. And here it's just so chilled. I was even wondering like, aren't you supposed to be watching over me? Yeah. And then the students, back at home it's easier to make friends.
Yes.
Like especially if you're a new
Student.
student, people will come to you. Oh, where are you from? What are you
they
studying?
don't care.
Yeah. But then here you're ignored.
Ignored.
Yeah.
And I came to realize it's just their way of life. Like
Yes.
they don't want to make you uncomfortable. For them, they feel like
Yeah.
if they start talking to you, you are going to be scared or something.
Yes.
So they just let you be
Yes.
to just fit in.
Exactly. But then fit into what?
It's true. Oh my God.
Exactly, because like nobody is talking to you, nobody is even looking like to try and make a connection or whatever. It's just you alone. But I was fortunate enough, there was 2 girls in my class that came to speak to me. One is from Finland, the other one is from Ukraine. But the one from Ukraine is the one who approached me first. And I'm sensing that because she's also a foreigner.
She saw you, okay.
Yeah, then so she understands what it means.
So from the time you came from Namibia and now you've already started the school,
Yes.
what were the negative things that you felt like you don't see like you're going to survive without this and this and this? What are those things you are missing? From the time you came from Namibia and the time that you started, like maybe a month after you came to Finland, what were the differences that you started noticing and you're feeling like, this is bad or this is good?
Yes, definitely the food.
The food?
Yeah, I miss the food so much. And then secondly was the weather.
The weather.
He-
So
like-
because it started becoming cold and cold every time,
Yes. And even the time when I came here, it was autumn, it wasn't winter yet. Like the sun was out.
But it's just like doing you like this.
Yes. Or even barely touching you, like the people, no connection, no contact. Yeah. So like I would wear like light clothes because I'm seeing the sun outside. Because at home, when the sun is out, then you don't need the jersey. It's just direct communication. You don't go around the corners. So now when I came here, there's sun outside, and then I wear light clothes, and I got sick because just from that one day, from wearing the light clothes, because I didn't know that it would get so cold, and the weather just switches instantly. One moment the sun is out, and then the next moment the sun is gone.
So you became sick the first month?
Yeah. Because I was not used to the weather.
Yeah, to the weather.
Yeah.
So you went to, how was the process for you going to the hospital and everything? Did they?
No.
Because for me, I feel like here, even if you become sick, the only thing they give you, they tell you go take paracetamol and everything.
Yes. But I was fortunate enough not to go to the hospital because
so
I
you
brought
just
my own medication from home. And the medication from back home does the job. So I just took those and I was better.
So you were supposed to stay for 6 months, yeah?
Yes.
It's 2025.
Yeah.
What happened?
So it's like it was fate. So initially when I was back at home, my scholarship had to send money to my Namibian account. And it takes a long process for the money to reflect. And here in Finland, when you get an acceptance letter from the accommodation, you have to pay a deposit fee within a specific time of within a specific time. And I didn't reach that time because the money took so long to reflect into my account. So now I forfeited that place that I was supposed to stay in with other exchange students. And then now they found an alternative space for me for long-term students now. And it's like unfurnished apartment. So it's for students who live here in Finland. And yeah, so now I got that place. I paid the deposit and I met now students who live here. And she is from Ghana. Yeah. And yeah, we were talking, oh, where are you from? What are you doing? And yeah, long story short, I was like, no, after 6 months, I'm going to go home. Then she was like, go home?
What?
Why? You're in the land of milk and honey. Yeah, and if you go back home, the chances of you coming back
it will be even harder again.
It will be harder, yes. So just see what you can do during this time while you are here, and then if you don't like it, then you can go back. Yeah. And then I was like, what's wrong with this lady? Like, we just met and you're telling me, because like she's very, very helpful and she's so kind. And then she's like, no, I'll help you find a job. She helped me find a job.
Wow.
She lended me the money to extend my application
Just
for Migri. Like, it's like she was God sent. Yeah, like a big sister.
Okay. So when you go after the 6 months, you decided to apply for an extension.
Yes.
Did you get another school or did you get a job that took you to take the permit again, or?
I got both.
Both.
Yes, because now I had to prove how I'm going to sustain myself. Because the money that they sent me was only for 6 months. I think it was 500 euros per month that you had to have in your bank account. And then now I had to show how I'm going to sustain myself and why am I staying. Yes. Wow. So now I got another school and then I also got a job.
Which school now did you decide to join?
Business college, Helsinki.
So it's something like it wasn't in your mind. You didn't want to.
It wasn't in my
now
mind.
It was like you now, about you staying now.
Yes. And then also now me having to relate to my parents.
Yes.
Like, okay, I'm thinking of staying here because now I have to put my studies back at home on a pause because I was in my 3rd year of a 4-year program. And I had to tell them, okay, I have to put a pause on that and see what I can do here. Wow. Yes, because she was also saying that one of the reasons why I should stay is that if I get a qualification from here, it will be recognized internationally. Yes, as opposed to my Namibian certificate, which is just recognized mostly in SADC. Yes. So yeah, then I relate to my parents, and then they were like, no, just see what you can do. And also that time I had already gotten my job, and then I told them how much I was making.
Oh, they were like, no,
they were like, yeah, just stay there and see what you can
now, because you're not even now asking money from back home. So,
and I could also send them like once in a while. I say, mommy, daddy, go and spoil yourself. Yes. So yeah, that's how.
So you stayed now. So you started working. Did you finish? How long was the business school you were supposed to do it?
It was 1.5.
1.5
years. Yeah.
Then after that 1.5 years, again you decided to continue staying.
Yes. Because then after that, I was working so I could get my permit, my A permit, so that I could go to university for free. Yes. Because at the time that was the law that if you have an A permit, then you get. Yes. So I had to work. Then I got my A permit, and then I applied to my university. Then the first time I applied, I wasn't successful. And then I continued working, but I was also not ready financially. Because I was going to have now to leave my job, because with engineering, you have to put in your 100%. 100%. It's not something that you can do while having a job. It's possible, but it's quite hard. Yes. So then now I just took that opportunity to work and save up as much money as possible. Then I tried now again. I applied for the second time, and then I got an acceptance.
Okay. How many times have you gone back home to visit since you came?
Once. So far.
How was? Are you happy? Were they happy? Like now you're going with your own money now.
Yes. Yeah. I felt like like a igwe.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, and I felt more mature. Yeah, but then I was also now having a shock because it was almost 3 years before I'd gone home. So I was now getting a cultural shock from home. Yeah, because things here are so organized.
You go there, you start complaining. Why are you late all the time? Why is it?
Exactly. You go to the shops, like sometimes
it's
the
just
cashiers
everything.
are talking in the back. Things are just not as fast paced.
You've been spoiled within 3 years.
Exactly. So then like also just like the personal space. So here it's polite not to talk to people.
Somebody cannot just come to your house without even telling you.
Exactly.
If somebody knocks, you know he has to. You are the one who has said to come here.
Yes.
Back home, anybody can come anytime.
And then now people are asking you questions. Oh, what do you do? Hi, my sister. How are you? And then I had to readjust now and say, okay, now I'm back home.
How long did you stay?
I stayed
a month or something.
Yeah, a month. Yeah, it was a month. Yeah, and also the food, like adjusting now to the food back at home. So now I also got sick.
Yes, so many people do that.
Yeah, because now I'm so used to the blend food here. Now I'm going home now back to my spices and I was excited. So I was eating everything. I was trying to compensate for the time that I was here. So yeah, then my stomach was not agreeing with all the different mixtures.
So ever since you've stayed in Finland, what have you learned? Like positive things that you've learned from here?
Positive things that I'm capable of doing it by myself.
Okay.
Yes, because back at home I was codependent.
Yes.
Because like when you are struggling, like maybe if there's a hole in your shoe, you can just go to the neighbor, maybe the neighbor sews, or if you have something is torn, you can just get things fixed instantly. And here it's quite a process. Or hair, for example, you can just go to the salon and pay like 10 euros to get your hair done. And when you come here, you have to now be your own makeup artist, your own lash tech, your own nail technician, your own hairdresser. So I came to discover a lot of my talents that I wouldn't have discovered at home because I'm in my comfort zone. And another thing that I've discovered here is honesty. Yeah, like with the self-checkouts, or if you drop a wallet, somebody would chase you. They won't talk to you like on a normal, under normal circumstances, but if you lose something, you drop your glove, your wallet, then they would chase you and come and return your things. But back at home, if you drop it, just forget about it. Yeah.
Even if it doesn't have money inside.
Yeah, just forget about it. Yeah, and another thing is also just personal space. Like, and valuing silence. Here I came to understand the saying that silence is gold. Now I value silence so much. Another thing that a positive thing is how they take care of their people. In as much as they don't talk with each other, like they have the system of Kela, and they have the food programs. Where people can go every day. It's not like back at home where there's now a big NGO that decides to come and then they give out food once. Here it's an everyday thing where people can go and get food. So those are the main things that...
So the negatives that you've seen?
The negatives at the beginning was the
integration.
The silence, and then giving you your space. I wanted people to be in my business and, oh, do you need help? What do you need? And that at the beginning for me was a negative, which now turned into a positive. And then another negative would be, the weather. The weather. Yeah, it's just like mundane things, the weather, the food. But as you live here longer, you learn where you find the African shops, and then you can buy the spices and
what about the language? Do you understand? Do you speak? Which language have you tried to learn here in Finland?
Finnish. Yes.
How are you? Like, is it good on you? Do you understand?
I understand, but the speaking is the problem. Because I'm also shy to make mistakes. Yeah. So now the phrase that I learned is "puhut ko englatia." So immediately when I get to somebody, I'm like "puhut ko englatia."
Yes.
Then
you speak English.
Yes. Then when they say yes, then
you just switch.
Yeah, then I just switch that. But then like when when the person doesn't speak English, then I do try.
Okay.
Yeah, but
okay.
I think I love learning languages.
Yes.
It's just the also getting yourself to convince yourself to do it. Yeah.
Okay. So another thing I wanted to, how did you find yourself in this beautiful Studio 18? How did you know about this place?
Yo, the power of TikTok.
The power of TikTok.
Yes. So I'm a doom scroller.
Yeah.
It's not something I'm proud of.
Yeah.
But then one night I was just doom scrolling,
Yes.
and then I came across Vicky's
Yes,
page,
Page,
and then she used to do hair in her apartment,
yeah.
and then at some point she started now sharing this journey and showing like when the chairs were still in the plastics and everything. Then I was like, I even wrote in the comments, I was like, I'm coming to visit just to what is that?
That African thing, like you wanted to
Yes,
come to a place where
exactly.
you see like,
Yeah, and for me, I love celebrating people.
Yeah.
So when I see people doing great things, then especially like it's when it's my people.
Yes, yeah.
Then I want to go there and cheer you on and support you and just to show that I'm proud of you and that you are seen.
Yeah.
Especially knowing in this Finland where a lot of things are isolated.
Yes.
I just wanted to come and say, guys, whatever you are doing a great job.
That's
Continue.
very nice. That's very nice.
Yes.
So, and do you have any advice for any people who are like back home, foreigners who are back home and they really want to come to Finland?
Yes.
Can you try to make them understand like sometimes what we are sold there,
Yeah.
the reality is so different, but can you give any advice according to you from your own perspective about like Europe and Finland per se, like 100%?
Yeah. I would say know what you want. Yes. When you are coming to Finland, or wherever you are going, when you are moving, just have a plan and know what it is that you want to achieve. Because if you go somewhere just hoping to receive the milk and honey, there are people who have come here looking for milk and honey and they didn't experience
And many
that.
are back. They went back here, it's true.
Exactly. So it's not all rainbows and sunshine.
Yeah.
And also just be conscious and be ready to face a lot of resistance, not just from the environment, because we just feel like because it's going to be milk and honey when we come here, it's kumbaya, everyone will welcome you. Oh, welcome. You are going to have to do a lot of things by yourself, and you are going to have to be very grounded and not just go with the wind, because there are some people here who use people's ignorance
Yes.
as a business.
Yes, it's true.
So they'll just say, no, come, I'll get you a job. And then when you go there, it's a completely different
It's true.
story.
Others,
Yeah.
they disappear, like they
Yes.
completely even, they don't even help you again.
Exactly. Yeah. So you have to do your research
Yes.
so that when somebody comes and tells you A, B, C, and D, you know that it's G, E, F, H. Yeah. So I would also say don't come here wanting to be reliant on people, unless it's your family, of course, but just know your story and know why you are coming here. And also don't be ashamed to go back home.
Yeah.
Don't be ashamed to be honest with yourself and say, okay, I'm struggling. The reality that I thought I was going to have here is not it. Then it's better to go back home. They say the earlier you get off the train, the better, because the longer you stay on the train, the more expensive it is.
It's good. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And sometimes we feel like here it's milk and sunshine, but it's not. Sometimes the opportunity is better at home. There are better opportunities at home than they are here.
Anyway, thank you very much for this. It was like just by the way, and I hope you've enjoyed, and
I
you've,
did.
yeah, it's so nice. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you very much.